Hello everyone. So in this video we're going to understand how to log defect in Jira. That's the main functionality of Jira. Jira is a bug tracking tool. Why? Because in Jira you can log defect. So for tester, if I talk about the testing point of view, that's the work we do majorly on Jira. Why Jira is so much popular, guys? Because first of all, it's following agile methodology. Second, you can communicate on a centralized location with the developer. Instead of sending emails to developers or sharing the defect on a centralized location, you have common or centralized platform on which developers can also log in, testers can also log in, or other stakeholders can also get into it. So that's why this particular tool is very much popular. Now we have created the sprint and we start working on the sprint. These are my subtasks which I have completed. Guys, you need to see the series, so you have to see my previous video if you want to understand this section. Here I'll just give you an overview what we did. So we have created the subtasks, and those subtasks which are completed, we have changed the status to done. So we have already reviewed the stories, we wrote the test cases. Now we will start execution of the test cases. Let's say during the execution I found that this particular expected result is not matching my actual result. I'm gonna log defect for it. So I found out that link to reach cart page is not navigating me to cart page. So I'm gonna log defect for it. That expected result is whenever I click on the cart link, it should navigate me to the cart page. But when I actually did so, I was not able to open the cart page. So I have to log defect for it. In order to do so, you will again click on this create button. You get this issue type here and you will choose bug. So actually guys, this is the main thing which testers do here. Testers are not responsible for creating epics or stories. Testers' main job is to log defect in Jira. So you must know how to log defect. Here you can give the summary of your defect. Summary means why do you think it's a defect. So I can write link is not working. In description I can give complete description of my defect. Guys, this section is very important because from here only developers will understand why do you think it's a defect, how you reach to the conclusion that it is a defect. So they want to know everything what you did. So that's why we have to always write down all the necessary information in it. So first of all, I'll write down environment in which I found this defect. So let's say I found it in production environment, in testing environment. So I can write down the environment in which I found the defect. Then steps I followed because of which I got this defect. Then I can write whether it is reproducible or not. Guys, reproducible means if I follow the same step, whether this defect will come again or not. Sometimes guys, there are some defects in which maybe network issue is there, database connectivity issue is there. So those defects are not reproducible because maybe it comes only once. Maybe there was some network issues, that's why you got this particular defect. So all those defects which are according to the situation is non-reproducible, whereas those defects which are not dependent on the situation means if you follow these steps it's gonna come anyhow. So those type of defects is called reproducible defects. So you can write reproducible or not. If it is, then yes. And here you can write your expected result. Lastly, you can write your actual result. So guys, obviously developer needs all the information because developer is not working on the requirement. Developer has no idea about the scenario you tested. Developer has no idea what you were expecting or what was the expectation of client in this particular scenario. So that's why we have to give all important or necessary information to developer and he can work more efficiently on it. After this, you can set the priority of this defect. What do you think how soon it should be fixed? Let's say I'm saying high. So guys, if I'm saying high, that means its priority is still in the highest reach. That means developer has to act very fast on this. So high means developer has to leave everything else and fix it as soon as possible. So always be sure about the priorities. So you have section for environment here also. Jira is totally customized tool. If you want to configure any field, you can configure from here. If you want to remove any field, you can remove it from here. So this is customized. So sometime you don't have environment section here. If you don't have, then only you can write it here like we did earlier. But if you have this section here, you can remove this environment option from here because you have a dedicated section for it. So you can use this section. But if you don't have this particular option here, you have to go in description and write down here. So you can go for any of the option according to the fields configured here. You can drag and drop the snapshot. This is very important because we have to tell developer that this is what we found. So we will attach snapshot here. Here you can write down the issues which are related to it. I will give epic link to it, and here I will give sprint link to it. So I found this particular defect in this sprint, in this epic, and in issues I can write down the story, in which story I found it. So I found it in adding necessary item story. I just chose it here. So guys, that's how you can log a defect. Sprint scope will be affected by this action. Guys, defects, reviews, change of requirement, all these can control the process. They can change the scope of sprint. Although we cannot change length of the sprint because we have already pre-planned all the sprints in a row. If we will change length of a particular sprint, our other sprints will be affected. We understand the scope can be affected and we have to work little more faster. So guys, you can click on create here. So you will be navigated to the same board where your all status has been configured. Right now this defect is under to do. We will double click on it. You will go here in assignee and assign it to the developer related to this particular functionality. So guys, in Jira you already know which tester is related to this functionality. In this you can directly assign it to the developer from here, and developer will get email that this particular defect is assigned to me, and after understanding the defect, developer will change it to in progress. So in progress means he is working on it, and developer will keep on communicating with you about the status of the defect from this comment section. So in this comment section you can write down and you can send it. You have all the emojis, everything is here. So it's just like your chat section. You can chat with developer from here, and when developer has to communicate anything to you, he will also send you the comment and you can read it from here. Let's say now developer said that I fixed this defect. You will go and retest it. After retesting, if you found the defect is fixed, now you will go and change it to done. This defect is moved to done section. You will move this subtask of executing test cases to done also. Update parent issue. All subtasks for parent issue this are now done. Do you want to update this parent issue to match? That means everything you were working on is completed now. Do you want to close this story? So I said update. Now see, story is done. Status of story is changed and story status is done now. So guys, we have completed this story. After completion of the story, you can click on complete sprint. In simple words, you will not get the incomplete option because your subtask has not been completed. It's because if any of the story is left, but subtask will be attached to those stories in backlog also. So we will click on complete here, and you will be navigated to report section. So guys, this is how you log defect in Jira. So guys, in our next video, we're going to work on which sort of reports we generate in Jira. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much.